gas prices are climbing again. Your groceries? They're hitting harder than they were last year. The government just got its credit downgraded, like, for the first time. Oil is sitting above $100 a barrel. And 111 million Americans, that's not a statistic, that's 1 in 3 people you actually know, cannot pay their credit card bill this month. Now look, individually, each of those things sounds rough, but, like, dealable, right? Like, okay, gas is expensive. Ugh, fine. It'll come back down. It always does. But here's what's been genuinely eating at me lately. I've seen all of these things pile up at the same time before, and the last time this all happened together, it didn't end well. Let me take you back to 2007. Regular Americans, working people, families, people just like you and me, they were just living their lives, completely normally, paying their mortgages, showing up to work every single day, watching their retirement savings slowly grow. And if you stopped anyone on the street and asked, "Hey, how's the economy doing?" they'd probably laugh a little and go, "Pretty good, actually. No complaints, honestly." And then 2008 happened. In less than 12 months, 8 million Americans lost their jobs, 10 million lost their homes, trillions of dollars just gone, wiped from retirement accounts, overnight. Families who did everything right, who followed every single rule they were ever taught, destroyed. Not because they were stupid, not because they were careless or reckless, but because nobody connected the dots for them before it hit. And by the time they finally understood what was happening, it was already too late. So here's why I actually made this video today. I spent the last few weeks just going through everything that's happening in America right now in 2026. The oil prices, the debt, the credit downgrade, the Iran situation, all of it. And then I put it right next to 2008. Bro, I genuinely couldn't believe what I was looking at. The list is almost identical, like, not similar, not kind of close, not, oh, there are some parallels. Identical. In 2008, oil spiked to record highs right before the crash. What's oil doing in 2026? In 2008, America's debt was completely spiraling out of control. What's America's debt doing in 2026? In 2008, credit agencies started quietly sending out warning signals. What just happened with Moody's in 2026? In 2008, regular Americans felt deep down that something was wrong. They just couldn't explain it. Why are 88% of Americans financially stressed right now in 2026? I'm not here to tell you 2008 is definitely repeating itself. But I am saying this. The last time America looked away from these exact warning signs, all at the same time, millions of families lost everything, and nobody warned them in time. That's what this video is. Now, most people watching the news right now, they're seeing each of these things completely separately. Oil prices, that's one headline. Credit downgrade, that's another headline. Iran deal, another headline. Debt crisis, another headline. They're treating them like 4 totally different problems. But here's the thing. They're not 4 different problems. They're 4 fingers of the same hand. And in 2008, when that hand closed into a fist, it knocked out an entire generation of American families. Now here's what actually separates the people watching this video right now from the 300 million Americans who are not watching this right now. The people who survived 2008, the ones who actually protected their savings, their homes, their families. They weren't wealthy. They weren't financial experts. They didn't have some special inside connection. They just had one thing that everyone else didn't. They understood what was happening before it became a headline that was already too late to act on. And that's exactly what this video is going to give you. Not just the what, not just the why, but the when. And most importantly, the exact moves to make right now, while there's still time to actually make them. Because by the time this becomes the only thing on every news channel, by the time your neighbor is talking about it at dinner, by the time your family is panicking about it, the window to protect yourself will already be closing. The people watching this video right now are getting ahead of that window. Everyone else will wish they had. Let's get into it. Okay, so let me tell you about a guy called Mike, 42 years old, Phoenix, Arizona, wife, 2 kids, good steady job at a construction company, 14 years straight, house, mortgage, 401k building up slowly, nothing fancy, just solid. The American dream doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And then 2008 showed up, uninvited. See, what most people don't actually know is the whole crash didn't just happen overnight. Banks had spent years handing out mortgages to literally anyone breathing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, honestly didn't matter, because housing prices always go up, right? Until they didn't. September 2008, Lehman Brothers, one of the biggest banks on the entire planet, gone, overnight. Stock market drops 50%. Banks stop lending. Businesses start laying people off by the thousands. Every single day. Mike's construction company loses 60% of its contracts in 6 weeks. And on a regular Tuesday morning, 14 years of loyalty, gone. 3 months of savings becomes 6. 6 becomes 9. Mortgage payments start getting missed. Credit cards maxed out just to buy groceries. And that 401 Kese they spent 14 years building lost 45% of its value while they were sleeping. By 2009, Mike and Sandra lost their home, starting from zero at 43. And the worst part, they did absolutely nothing wrong. Followed every rule, saved their money, stayed loyal, built their retirement carefully. Every single rule still got destroyed because nobody warned them what was actually coming. So that's 2008. Now let me show you 2026, because bro, I need you to see this. Keep Mike's story in the back of your head, because everything I'm about to show you, I need you to actually compare it yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Just listen. And tell me if any of this sounds familiar. So let's start with oil, because honestly, this is where everything begins. You know how every time something kicks off in the Middle East, your gas price changes literally the next morning? Yeah, well, right now something big is happening in the Middle East. America and Iran are in a full-blown conflict. And here's the number that should genuinely stop you cold. Oil prices are up 80% since the start of 2026. 80%. This is not me saying this. This is straight from the U.S. Treasury's own report, published 3 weeks ago. Now, just think about what oil touching everything in your life actually means. Gas, groceries, electricity, heating, shipping costs on literally everything you order online. 80% more expensive to move anything, anywhere, in America. And that's just conflict number 1.